Hello and welcome to my video. Today we're going to talk about something different, not just trading, because trading is not just trading, it's a psychological endeavor too. So we're talking about something more philosophical today. And this is the holy trinity of quotes that will change your life. I posted this on Twitter the other day, like a month ago. These three quotes are like super important for your life. So play long-term games with long-term people, become the best in the world at what you do, and keep redefining what you do until this is true. And when you go with the flow, life meets you halfway. And I said, let these quotes breathe inside your mind and the result will change your life. And this is true. So we're going to dissect each quote here, and we're going to look at why they're super important and why this is the reason majority of people want success or want something best for their lives don't do it, and why the majority of people who make success and feel effortless also do it. So let's go for it. So first of all, let's start with long-term games with long-term people. So what is a long-term infinite game? It's basically a long-term process that is repeated day in, day out that leads to a more beneficial outcome in the future. And so basically it's a game where corporation is more essential than short-term exploitation. So fairly self-explanatory. Short-term games, hookups, for example, get adrenaline boost and sex. Alcohol, out parties, out nights, working a job to get a paycheck at the end of the month. This is a short-term game. I'll explain another example of how it can be a long-term game. Betraying friends, lovers, colleagues for immediate short-term rewards or dopamine. Procrastinating and then sedentary intensity of work. This is short-term game. Buying the lottery, eating anything, not working out, or drinking, smoking, and not sleeping well. Short-term game. Examples of long-term games: getting to know someone intimately over a long period of time to create a sustainable, prosperous relationship. So look at the contrast. Working a job to get a paycheck, to save, to invest in a house or a business. Contrast of a long-term game. Working with friends, lovers, colleagues for delayed but gigantic long-term rewards instead of a short-term reward or dopamine, right? Contrast. Working consistently every day. Contrast. Investing, buying books to learn more, reinvesting in your business, your health, buying the lottery. You see the difference? All of these have like a long-term goal. You can just say that they are delayed gratification, I guess. Here, hey, gratification. Oh my god. You can just say that long-term games are delayed gratification and short-term games are instant gratification. I mean, you can argue that this is like the TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, like everything everybody says, but it's like, this is the truth. This is literally where you want to be. You want to be in the left side of the column, not on the right. Everybody does some stuff from the right. You want to go out, you want to drink, you want stuff. Like, it's important to get like a bit of an escapism from life every now and then, you know? You want to go eat out, you want to have like good fun and stuff. Some stuff don't need to be in the long-term game. But the more long-term game you do, like obviously not counting this stuff, right? This should never be in your life, honestly. But the more long-term things you do, like the better your life progresses, the better you feel, like everything else in your life is gonna get better. Even your friendships, everything's gonna get better. So you want to be with long-term people. So mostly principled, focus on families, loyal, trustworthy, people of their word, disciplined. Short-term people, no principles, want to win at any cost. No sense of good and evil, not loyal, not trustworthy, and not disciplined, and envious of the long-term people. So you want to be on the right side here, on the left side, sorry. So this is the first step. So you need to find out what is your long-term game and what is your long-term people. Some people you can't take to long-term games, even though they're good people, but you can't take them to long-term games because they're not long-term people. Okay? So you need to play long-term games with long-term people. You will have friends of both, but sometimes the short-term people are not long-term games people. They might be like good friends and loyal, but they're not playing long-term games in the way of like not just friendships, but in the way of like building a better future, right? So you need to find out what is your long-term game and what is your long-term people. That's the first thing. And then become the best in the world at what you do. Keep redefining what you do until it is true. And what does that really mean? Like, do I have to become the next Ronaldo, the next big trader, the next Jordan, the best at your job or your description or whatever? Like, that's too hard, right? That can't be possible. That's only for the chosen ones, right? Well, I'm going to give you my story for context. So, I tried modeling for a while. It wasn't for me. I hate posing, so I failed. I didn't go to university because I realized I didn't need code to build any websites, and I wanted to make e-commerce. So I made 2 e-commerce websites and some landing pages for my friend and some customers. So this is one of my companies. Make it tidy, right? I don't have the websites running, so I only have videos of them. I'm not gonna edit them. Wait. I'm not gonna edit them in because just gonna be like a straight from the heart, like informational video. But yeah, make it tidy and fans. So this was just jewelry company and fans, and this was like a TikTok company. I wasn't consistent with the marketing and a lot of other things going in my life, so I failed. I was very good at psychology and philosophy in high school. I never needed to study anything at all to pass any test. Like I remember vividly, I was like playing out League of Legends the night before like some tests, and other times I was like playing basketball, and I had the best grades in the class. It happened like more than once. It was like consistent for me, so when it was like time to add work ethic and just study a lot, like for example mathematics on the 12th grade, like it was like the hardest discipline back then, which nowadays I see like it's probably just chill. All I had to do is just study a bit more. I have no work ethic, right? So I failed. Like I didn't fail at I failed at the exams to go to university, but then I realized I never failed any class or any year basically, but I didn't have the work ethic to go to university if I wanted to back then. I tried investing based on algorithm and macro data. I was making like 1 to 2,000 a week and then losing it all in the next and repeating. I failed. This was like what I used to do back then. It was like crazy, and I used to build algorithms and stuff. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. I had to fight depression and anxiety due to some ambition. I have no idea like how to get from A to Z. So I was like, I had like all of this chasm in the between. I was like feeling so much like pressure inside of me because I promised my people that I would make it, and I would like I'd never knew how to get from A to Z, right? So I read a lot of books, philosophy, psychology, cognitive behavioral therapy, spiritualism, and I fixed myself, right? I made various YouTube channels, gaming when I was a kid, inspiration as an adult. I failed. I wasn't consistent, right? And I was only thinking about the money. So nowadays I make this YouTube channel, but it's not because I want to grow it. I make it because I love making these videos. I actually like it. I have like a whole sheet here, which is below the camera, I can't show you, of ideas I want to make, right? I don't care if I get views. I couldn't care less, honestly. It doesn't pay me. I make this because it's fun. I went to work abroad, support my long-term goals, saw different perspectives and ways of thinking. I'm a purist. I only wanted to like do what I want for life. Like I want to have fun doing it. I focus on freedom, choice, and the people I love and promises. I don't care about the money, really, just a tool for the rest. And then I became a day trader, loved every minute of it, failed more times than I can count, honestly, like a lot of times. And then I succeeded, right? And you're like, why are you flexing? No one cares about you flexing. And you're right. No one cares about my flexing, and I'm not flexing. What do all of these things have in common? Like, what are the odds of another person in the world who also is a trader, loves psychological stuff, spiritual and philosophy, and loves writing, gives amazing life advice because of everything he's been through, is a purist and doesn't care about the money, cares more about the people he loves, keeping the promises and freedom and time, is a gym addict and like loves to improve themselves and can make websites and brandings and other stuff. Like all of these things like are very unique to me, right? And so I'm the best in the world at being me. I'm the best in the world at thinking how I think. I'm the best in the world at seeing the things how I see. I'm the best in the world at trusting myself, right? So there's no one else that can do, like, there are better traders than me. There are better people at writing. There are better people at giving life advice. There are people who even are more purist than me and never make any mistakes. I've made mistakes in the past. There are people who are better at the gym than me and are more consistent. There are people who make better websites than me. But none of them can do all of that how I do it, you know, and that's your edge. This is what this quote from Naval is trying to talk about. There is no competition in the world if you're yourself. No one can compete with you. It's impossible because there's no one else like you, and this is true. And you might think this is like bullshit propaganda or something, but when you start like getting to a rabbit hole and you start to finding yourself, you realize that there's really no one else like you. Everyone you meet has some things that you agree with you, but the majority of them can never be like you. And so that's your edge, literally. That's your edge in the marketplace. And so yeah, that's what I'm trying to say here. And this quote's from Robert H. Ireland, and I agree a lot. Like, specialization is for insects. This is why we can make like a whole another video as to why I think university is not good, because it specializes people, puts them in a box. Like, oh my god, okay. And you just do a certificate while I have all of these things, and probably any company will hire me faster than you because I have all of this proof. But that's not the point. I'm not trying to prove my idea on universities. I'm trying to prove how you can improve your life. And the other point is, when you go with the flow, life meets you halfway, by Vadim from Reality Transurfing. I've not even finished the book. You should read this book. This book is amazing. It will change your life. It will change your perspective of life every like 10 or so pages, and you should read it. So, self-explanatory, right? If you just go with the flow, everything's easy, right? But what is it going with the flow? What does it mean, right? Sometimes, for example, you're doing a workout at the gym, and you're pushing yourself to go the hardest, to work out a lot. You push yourself to go to the limit. And sometimes doing the opposite workout, where you don't push yourself to the limit, it's actually even better for you. And it's not saying like you don't have to put the work in, but it's like sometimes the workout you're doing is so stressful and so hard because it's not good for your body. For example, like I've done volume workouts, I've done weight workouts, like more focus on strength, and I've done like 3-hour workouts, 2-hour workouts, 1-hour workouts, and lately I've been growing more with 1-hour workouts, just focus on strength and just failure, and it's not half of destructive as the 3-hour workout I used to do beforehand. I don't feel like as destroyed after, and I don't have as much cortisol in my body. I don't feel as stressed. I can recover faster, and I can actually go to the extreme in every set. And since the workout is not as big, I don't get as destroyed like in terms of energy, and I feel better, and I have better progress, and I sleep better. Everything's better, basically. And so this is what I mean, like. So when you're using both of these quotes, right, you're already going more or less with the flow, right? But you still need to like train your mind, right? Because it can't be that easy, right? Just doing that, going towards a goal and have fun. Like, success is only for the chosen one. Having the woman, man of your dreams is just fairy tale, or working on something I love, like waking up and doing this video, for example, and just doing the stuff you love is just fairy tale, right? It can't be real. And yeah, it is that easy. It is real. This is all fairy tale, but it's real. The only thing that makes it hard is your perception. And this is why doing everything right is sometimes you can still go against the flow because your mind is not attuned to yourself. And you may think, oh, this is another bumbo jumbo stuff, but I bet there's happened to you a lot of times where you had the woman or man of your dreams, like she's so beautiful, like personality wise amazing, she's understanding, she's intelligent, you just want her for yourself because you just like, oh my god, that's everything you have always wanted, right? But then you start to like just think about her so much. You start to like, oh my god, what if I lose her? Oh my god, what if something happens? Oh my god, what if she doesn't think I'm enough or something like that? And you just put her on a pedestal and you stop being yourself. And then out of nowhere, it doesn't work out, right? That happened to me like a lot of times. And that's because you're putting the other person on a pedestal. And when you put something on a pedestal, you give it more importance and you stop being yourself. And when you stop being yourself and you give something more importance, it becomes a desire. And desires and dreams do not come true. It comes true as your intention. And your intention is what? It's doing the long-term work every day, and because you have no competition, believing that is already yours because no one else can do what you do. So you already have the confidence that everything's going to be yours, and you already have the plan and the process that's going to take you there. So as soon as you stress about anything, you're putting both these two things at risk, right? Okay, that's important. Or how many times you were close to the goal and didn't get it because you got stressed right before the goal? How many times were you stressed before an exam and you were super stressed and then it didn't work out because you were like super stressed and you got like bad grades? And the time when you go to the exam and you're chilling and relaxed and everything just goes like breezing. It's simply because of this, like as soon as you start stressing and start like giving importance to the things that are against these two key principles, it starts going everything shit. So you need to reduce the importance of the goal, allow yourself to have it like it's a common thing, like breakfast, and just work towards it every day. And that's literally all that there is to anything you want in life. It's just this. Oh my god, this is crazy. What have I done? Oh my god. It's over. It is just this. This is all that there is to it. To any game you want to play. If you want to build a business, you want to go to the gym, you want to meet the person of your life, you want to travel to another place, you want to book a flight to somewhere you've never been, you want to go on a flight by yourself, whatever you want to do, this is all that it takes. Like building a website and making a comment was as simple as reading a bunch of guides online, learning a bit of code and watching YouTube. And then just putting the work in, just typing stuff, taking calls with the suppliers, and then reading like the replies of the customers and then adjusting and all that stuff. So that's all I did. Doing algorithmic investment was simply as learning macroeconomics online and then giving importance to signals to each indicator and then bet according to that. That was simple. It was manual. Like algorithmic was just the name I gave it. It was like I did manually. I saw macro data basically. I gave importance to each one, and then as soon as the macro data dropped, I would see, okay, this is happening, that's happening. I have this indicator saying this and this saying this, so I'm going long here and I'm going short there. That was that. Learning trading was as simple as watching YouTube videos, reading a bunch of books, losing a bunch of money so I could learn the part of the mental, because I didn't knew the part of the mental was so important back then. And that's why losing a bunch of money was this. And you think, oh, losing a bunch of money is not simple. Well, that's because you give too much importance to money. Don't forget it. I'm a purist. I don't care about money. I just care about freedom. As long as I have my bill paid, I'm not stressing financially. I'm relaxed, man. Like, what the hell? You want cars for what? Like big ass cars? I want big ass cars too. I love like Aston Martin. I love it. I want to have like fast cars and like good watches and dress well and go travel everywhere. I want to travel to Monaco and to everywhere else. Like I love luxury as well. But it's like, it's not more important that to me than just being relaxed and stress free and financial free. It is never more important to me than that stuff. For me, it's down the list, right? Getting models or like 10 out of 10 women back in the day was as simple as think of her as human and talking with her as an equal. That's basically it. And so every problem in life has a simple solution, and the moment you think it doesn't, you're losing your way. That's simply all there is to it. And the more I advance in life and the more I progress and the more I do these things, the more I think this is true. The more I see that everyone who has a problem simply does not want to solve it. I think people just really enjoy their problems, honestly. I see it everywhere. People have a problem, they complain about it every day, and the solution is literally like they could just fix it today. And they don't do it. And I do the same things. For example, my sleep schedules are trash. They're so bad. And if I just fix them, like everything else in my life would improve. And so why don't I fix that? That's the question I've been asking the last few days, so I'm fixing it. I am putting it sacred that I'm going to sleep early every day and I'm going to wake up early every day and I'm going to make it a routine, right? And so problems are not even real. Like it's just mostly a mental thing, a barrier, because you're not used to that level of either pressure or limitations or whatever you believe in or whatever your perspective of life is. That's basically it. And so yeah, this is a very simple video, but it's a bit different because it's not about trading. So yeah, hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you whenever I have inspiration to make another video. See ya.